Hello, everyone. Slava Ukraine. Megavanen Melanin, as we say. Thank you all for coming. Thank you all for waiting for me. Wow, thank you. Yeah, you're all here. Michelle, KK's GG, Robert, Ken, Cheryl, Mitch. It wasn't me. As the sod turns, wow, a lot of people here. Yeah, thanks for coming. As you know, it's been a pretty rough week for Ukraine. For me, honestly, the last couple of months have been a little rough because, I've been sick. I go to Kyiv, or I go and do some volunteer work, and I get sick. And I think I got long COVID, and I think it just fucked my immune system. And last week I sounded like this all week long, and even now I'm still coughing. Fragden Shizo, I'm glad you're here. Petra, thank you very much. So a lot has happened. Listen, so if you follow me, if you see my community posts, you may have noticed that since I basically couldn't speak. And then the other thing that happened, of course, is that we had a kind of a big windstorm at the beginning of the week. Oh, crap. Oh, shit. I think my internet just went. Give me 1 second. I need to go plug in my power. Oksana, will you please, wait, is the internet still on? Hang on. Give me a second. I can't see anything. All right. Damn it. In the middle of a live stream, and we lost power. Fantastic. No, it's not okay. What did you do? Okay, let's see here. I need to. I'm gonna plug this in. Here. Right. It's no electricity. God. Okay. That. There we go. All right. What are we listening to? We're listening to what happens when I lose power. Yeah, streamer struggles are real, especially when you live in Ukraine. Thank you guys for your patience. My power may come back on, and it may not. So, yeah, what you're listening to there is the battery backup. And yeah, the dulcet tones of James trying to maintain power. By the way, on my site, on the Why Ukraine site, I did have, and I will have soon, a fundraiser. If you want to help me get an inverter for a battery backup system for this house. However, and actually, someone already donated to it. Klaus, thank you very much, Klaus Dieter. However, I have to prioritize right now, and there's a reason for that I'll explain. For right now, I just have one raffle going right now, and that is this one right here. And the reason that I have it is because on the night of the election, everybody, I got the call, and next week I will be joining the Ukrainian army. Pretty ironic, right? Something about that timing is full of irony, let's say. So, I, as some of you know, when I was in training for the International Legion last year. Oh, good morning, Catherine. Catherine, while I have you here, we're just about, I have some things for you that I need to send to you, and I'm hoping to do it tomorrow. But if you could, I have like 4 different addresses for you, Catherine, and I'm not sure which one is the right one. So if you could, I think I have you on Discord. If you could just tell me which one of your addresses is the correct one, I'd really appreciate it. Yeah, Catherine, it is really big news. 1 second, let me. It's the middle of the night here, and my sound is quite bad again. Thank you for letting me know. Let's see here. I wonder why. Let me know if you can hear me better. Wow. Live streaming has become more of a challenge, and it's going to actually get more challenging because obviously I'm not going to be able to do live streams from the barracks. I'm overloading. Okay, give me 1 moment. I'm going to run a speed test. Okay, I should be good. Yeah, my internet speed is great. Okay, sound is good now. All right. So something strange happened there. Who knows what? Yeah, I had earlier in the week, a windstorm took out my fiber optic line coming into the house, and it took them a week to get it repaired. I have done. Oh, it wasn't me. Thank you for letting me know. I have done live streams before, just running off of my cellular. Unfortunately, do I need armor plates and winter supplies? Michelle, thank you for asking. What I need, and so I have armor plates. I have a plate carrier. Now, for training, they actually are going to give me, a plate carrier, and they have sort of rudimentary. When I get to my unit, they will have plates for me. So I'm okay with that. And I have, honestly, I've been preparing for this so long that I have so many. Oh, hello, Last White Rose. Thanks for coming. Heidi ho. I have a lot of things that I've been collecting. The only thing that I really need is this, what you're seeing on the screen right now. And, I injured my back a year ago in training in the Legion. I've been doing physical therapy for that 3 days a week since February. And this is the biggest concern for me, that I'm going to re-injure my back in training again. Oh, hey, Scruffy. Yeah, it's funny. Dry bags. That's a really good point. I have one. Unfortunately, it's not army green. It's bright red. It's meant for like whitewater rafting, in fact. But that's a really good point, because a lot of my friends who are in the Ukrainian army right now are complaining about everything being wet. And I honestly thought that I was going to be joining the army a month ago, and so I had everything packed up and ready to go. And now I'm repacking everything and redoing everything, because I have it's a different time of year, and I was hoping to do my basic training, in the nice, fall weather, when it was dry here in Ukraine and not too cold, not too hot. My other Ukrainian friends who are actually in training right now, they've finished basic training, and then they're in the second part of training. They're like, yeah. Thank you, Scruffy. That's really good advice. I really appreciate that. And as you can see, I've got it here on my list. So going back to Michelle asking about, so I have winter gear except for a coat, because you guys may remember last February, you guys helped me buy all those winter coats for the International Legion, and I actually gave away my own coat, that I had, my actually army coat that I had purchased at the beginning of the war, as part of that. Luckily, I'm told that they have, when I get to basic training, it's one of the first things that they give you is a heavy duty coat. Yeah, KKSGG, I had to push it back by 30 minutes today, and I apologize for that. So the biggest thing that I'm really concerned about is throwing my back out again during basic training. And, I'm going to be a drone technician. I'm, I'm not going to be carrying around, 100 pounds of gear and such. But during basic training, I will need to carry about, 40 kilos or so. And this is so I've done a bunch of research. Thank you, Ken, by the way. Yeah, for whatever needed. Thank you. So I've done a bunch of research on, something to prevent me from injuring my back. And those of you who served, for example, in the U.S. Army, you know that in Iraq and Afghanistan, one of the most common injuries was actually, back injuries. And so it's called the Eagle Ergo Performance System. Oops. Yeah. And it's pretty much, so this is a review of it here. And it's pretty much the only system, the only thing out there that takes the weight off of the top of your back and puts it to basically your hips or your lowest lumbar. So it redistributes that weight and also keeps ventilation. So there are I've been doing like research on all sorts of back braces and things I could wear. I have a belt, that's for spinal strength. But the bad side of that is you can't breathe as much. Interesting, Last White Rose, that my sound is screwing up. Yeah, definitely the belt thing is, I've got that plan, but this is the best system basically for back support for a soldier, and it keeps the weight off of the back actually. And so the cost of this here in Ukraine, they're not super common. So the cost of this is about $250, $300, which is crazy. In America, I think you could buy these for about $150, $160, let's see here. Eagle Ergo. Yeah. But here in Ukraine, yeah, $149 to $161. But here in Ukraine, the cheapest you can get it for, I saw a used one for $250. Can you belt it low over your hip bones so you can still breathe? Seppo, the thing about a belt, just, a lumbar support. Right. UTV and Ham says, James, I would send you gear, but the shipping would be too expensive. And that's why it's so expensive. These shipping something from the United States, you're adding, 25-50% to the cost. So Seppo, about belt it low over your hip bone so you can still breathe. So the thing about that is where the belt needs to go. So where like a lumbar support belt needs to go to support your back, it actually has to go over the hips. And, because you're supporting your lumbar spine, those first four there. And so, so that's why I have this this item, and we'll do a raffle for it if you guys want to buy tickets. This is probably the most expensive thing that I'm gonna need to buy actually for out of all of my gear. Everything else Everything else I have. My belly must be strong. Thank you, Petra. Thank you for saying so. Yeah, body bolster, wall chart, stretch station. Yeah. Fragged. So these, I have a set of knee pads, but they're shit, and so I'm going to buy these ones. I have not done so yet. They're super cheap though. It's like $10 max, I think. Let's see, Mitch, you asked, is it compatible with the gear? Yes. Is it compatible with the gear they will supply you with? Yes. Yes, it is. And I went and verified that as well. So, and this is actually not just compatible with the gear they supplied me with. It's also compatible with, I have a plate carrier. And it looks much like the one that's pictured here. And so, yeah. Petra, yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to avoid, is having to have my spine fused, that would really suck. So, yeah, there goes my power again. Wow. Yeah, give me just a second. Oh, look. Crazy. Oh, yeah, Canti, thank you for bringing that up. The butt pad. It's something that every soldier here I've spoken to recommends a great deal. So yeah, sorry, the whole power, I should have expected that the power was going to go off. It just kind of threw me off, and I had a whole speech planned at the beginning of my live stream today, and now that's all shot. I'm going to have some more tea. More caffeine, right? Do your bags have waist belts? Yes, the bags that they give you, yeah, and they do, and that does help, Mr. Squiggle. You're right. It's so but it's still I'm going to do everything. Yeah, I knew what you meant, Mr. Squiggle, and yeah. They, unfortunately, the bags that are issued, I have not seen anyone with a framed backpack, which would be an even better idea. And yeah, Petra, speaking about belly muscles, over the course of my physical therapy, it's a big. The exercises I do, they're just crazy. I should record one of my therapy sessions. Actually, I only have 2 more therapy sessions left before I go. So yeah, that's what's happening. And it's pretty ironic that the night of the election. I guess technically for you guys, it would be the night before the election, and I know some of you probably saw me posting, as you can see here, because I didn't have good internet and I couldn't do my live stream, so I just decided to post my thoughts the day after the election. Yeah, KKCG, I really, about the core strength, it's something I've really been focused on. James, how does your wife feel about you going to war? Yeah, not so good. I was, God, I hate this picture of me. It's really awful. I was interviewed a couple weeks ago by Hromadske. And they came and interviewed me and my wife. So, and she shared her opinion, that's for sure. She's not happy about me going to war. Absolutely not. She hates the idea. So that's what that's about. So, but I mean, the election, the results of the election, it changes nothing. Okay, I knew it. It's so funny that the day after, yeah, Mr. Squiggle, I have been Canti. I have been watching some of your live streams. The day after the election, one of my friends in New Mexico messaged me and said, so are you getting out? And I told him, I said, I was going to ask you the same question. I mean, I've never been happier to be in Ukraine, or I don't want to say not in America, but that's the case too. But please understand that, and I think maybe it was you, Michelle, who was saying, like, listen, James, we know you're upset, okay? The election results did not come as a surprise to me. I knew that Biden was going to lose the election. And I knew, like, you guys, maybe you remember, but back before Kamala was nominated, I was like, this is a terrible idea. It wasn't me that, I mean, that's true. That's a fair statement, but it wasn't me said, James, that only shows that she really loves you. You should be worried about your marriage if she would go easily. I agree. But yeah. Oh, Scruffy, 5 texts and nothing gets posted. Son of a bitch. Give me a second. So Scruffy, there's this thing. Let's see if I can change this. Restream has an AI moderator, and every time I use Restream, it comes back, basically, and I have to go back in and take it out. So for some reason, I YouTube was doing moderation too. Let's see if I can fix this problem. I know I shouldn't be doing this in the middle of a stream, but it's so annoying. The settings, community. Yep, there we go. I'm thinking about ditching Restream. I just switched off the Restream bot. So try, if you don't mind, Scruffy, try reposting your texts. Oh, but also, Scruffy, remember, I mean, I can see that I'm not seeing any of your texts either. But also remember that you have to choose. If you choose top messages, then I don't know. I don't know what the deal is with that. Thorman, thank you for coming. I'm not sure that I successfully disabled the bot, the Restream bot, but try reposting the text that didn't show up, or retyping them, and we'll see what happens. And I apologize for that. Yes, thank you, KKGG. Make sure you're set to all messages instead of top messages. But so here's the thing, like, I don't know if you guys have ever watched someone die. I have. I've watched a lot of people die. Mostly my family members of cancer. And I mean, I've literally physically seen cancer grow out of a person's body. If you can imagine what that looks like. And I've watched, my mother, my aunt, my uncle, my grandfathers, both of them. Waste away over the course of years or months or years, depending on different, my maybe second or third memory as a child was helping the nurse. Literally, I was 2.5 years old, and I was helping the nurse take the stitches out of my mother's hand after they amputated her left index finger. It sounds crazy, like in the hospital, like when would a nurse let a 2.5-year-old child remove stitches from a cancer patient? It was a little wild. I don't know. I just walked up and grabbed the tweezers and was like, I'm going to do it. And I took out, I think she had 14 stitches. I only took out 3 of them. But I wanted to help. I felt like I had to do something, how I feel, I wasn't surprised when any of my family members died. But when they died, I felt exactly the way I have felt this week. I felt like my country is dying. And that's like I knew it was coming. It's like I don't know, a train you see coming down the tracks. It's like one of those bad dreams where something bad is going to happen and it just keeps coming and coming and you can't stop it and there's nothing you can do about it. And I really tried, for you guys' sake, right? to not be like Debbie Downer about it, not be Chicken Little so much, and say, go Kamala. And I totally was keeping, please don't think that I was in any way dragging my heels. I was on board. But at the same time, like I knew. And I will say I've been encouraged to see that on the sort of the message boards and different forums that I'm in, there's a little bit of a surge. Oh, Scruffy, we got one through. Yeah, Catherine, it's very interesting. Catherine just said, why is everyone going to Ukraine, right? right? And this is the thing. There are some who run away from danger, and there are others who run towards it, who run to it, you know? And Canti, what Canti said is absolutely correct. You can live in Ukraine comfortably on around $300 a month. Yeah, if you live out in the country, out in the Oblast, 500 plus needed for city life. I would argue 1,000 if you live in Kyiv. I think 1,000 is comfortable. So that's, including paying for rent and stuff. When I lived in Kyiv, I think my apartment was $400 a month, 2-bedroom, plenty big. I actually never even used my second bedroom, Oh, that's funny. Catherine says, James, I've been much the same. My daughter says I'm going through all the stages of grief. Yeah. I laugh hysterically whenever anyone says Debbie Downer. That was my evil stepmother who did indeed try to kill me. Wow. You had one of those. I also had an evil stepmother. And I just re-blocked her on Facebook because I've been blocking. I just can't. I have a sister in Wisconsin who voted for Trump, and she is dead to me. I mean, I know that you might say, oh, we have to come together and all of this. No, I'm not. Don't even. Yeah. Right, Conti, yeah. $1,000 a month in Kyiv, and I was eating out every day and going to concerts and shows. Yeah, no, Ukraine, like I said before, I've never been happier that I'm in Ukraine, So, so the things that I posted on my, community tab, they're things that I've wanted to say, mostly things that I wanted to say for a long time, and I didn't want to be that guy, And now it's like I didn't want to be the Cassandra. Seppo, yeah, nope, they voted to end us. They don't get us in their lives. Yeah, I have no truck with fascists, even in my own family. And that's simple as, really. So, now is the time, I would like to say, wherever you live, even if it's not in America, it's the time to organize for self-protection, start having weekly meetings, even if it's just get together for coffee. But build your networks now. That's the point I was making here. And I was thinking about, I was involved with the Occupy Wall Street protests back in 2011, 2012, that time frame. And I mean, that was, under Obama. And I saw how rapidly groups were infiltrated and co-opted. Sometimes people, agents, like there was, military units and FBI training local police to infiltrate Occupy Wall Street. And in some cases, use entrapment to get people to commit acts of violence. And I mean, I happen to know someone who was one of those trainers. This is one way that I know, but it was also public knowledge. Okay, it was written about. It was in the news, so it's not it's not a conspiracy theory. But I happen to know someone who was in military intelligence and training the FBI to infiltrate Occupy Wall Street. And what he told me was we believed that there were real threats to overthrow the government. And I didn't tell him that was me. I was the threat. But the threat was not to overthrow the government. The threat was to, it was our Maidan. It was to, Igor, thanks for coming. And proszę, as we say. Yeah. Occupy Wall Street was in many ways very similar to Maidan, in that the intent was not necessarily to, a coup. It was to remove corruption from our political and financial systems. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, gosh. I missed some. Oh, and a good dump bag. Oh, shit. Hang on. Oh, my gosh. My tea just ran everywhere. Ah. So stupid. Why do I do that? I don't know. Oh, Cheryl, your nearby friends are crazy Jill Steiners now. Wow. So Scruffy, okay, so one went through. Wow. I'm really sorry, Scruffy. This is so weird that that's happening. I'm really considering ditching Restream for my next live stream. I'm going to do a live stream tomorrow. But so, guys, really, if you're in the United States now, a lot of people have said, well, we don't know what Trump's going to do, like with regards to Ukraine or with regards to everything. Like he said, well, he said a lot of things and he's not going to really do any of them. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Hello there, the real Vladimir Putin. I just wanted to point out on my YouTube, I posted a picture of you and Donald Trump. And here we go. There it is. Here's my picture of you and Donald. This is actually the Dark Histories channel posted this. It keeps blocking long messages. I'm sorry, Robert. That really sucks. Why is that happening? Yeah, and real Vladimir Putin. What happened? What's really interesting is that I posted this picture to Facebook, and it removed the post due to it says, we removed your photo. This is from Facebook. It looks like you shared or sent something that shows nudity or sexual activity. Is that hilarious or what? That was my double. He loves gimps. Yeah. So this is the thing. I mean, a lot of people just really don't understand that Trump is beholden to Putin. They think that somehow Trump is going to stand up to Putin. And I've spoken with Ukrainians about this as well, and they're like, Donald Trump is a strong man. He's going to stand up to Putin. No. You were banned from Facebook. It's like, no. Trump, anytime someone, blusters and brags, they're it wasn't me. I'm going to try. I don't know when I'm going to do a live stream tomorrow because so many other people are live streaming tomorrow that I have to look and see when I can squeeze it in. I think I might do it around 6 p.m. I will have to check. And And yeah, Scruffy, tourniquets are on my list. I will have 2 months of training, possibly even 3 months. Yeah, Elon is my money launderer. Yeah, he sure is, isn't he? You know. But yeah, a lot of people believe this, and they just seem to think that Trump isn't going to do what he said he was going to do. I'm sorry, Robert. I really apologize that everything's getting blocked. Yeah, like I said, I think tomorrow I'm not going to use Restream. The U.S. lost the Cold War. But yeah. Oh, I like that you say Frump instead of Trump. I like that. I'm going to start saying Frump as well, because I just don't even like saying his name. I own the world now. Yeah, no, I mean, honestly, this is what's happened. And it's crazy that this president of this, gas station with an army, basically, So I was going to say Robert and who else? Scruffy. Those of you who are having trouble posting, that's really annoying to me because I want to read your long messages. If I think I have you on Discord, maybe. That's really funny. Yeah, in Ukrainian, Trump is pronounced tramp because they don't have a short U sound in Ukrainian, so it's tramp. But also like pub is spelled pob or pab, and so they pronounce it as pob instead of pub. Just an example. So anyway, if your messages are getting blocked, please message me on Discord, and if you could send me what you'd like to say to me on Discord. Actually, I don't have Discord up right now, but I will, and I will post it. I'll post it here in the chat or even on my community tab, because I really hate it when Discord. When Restream does that. And I think for tomorrow I will. Will just go with YouTube entirely. I'm going to try. I've been saying this for a while, but I'm going to try and Restream every day. I'm going to try and live stream every day until I go to the army. Now I'm going to keep on doing YouTube. I'm going to, I've already talked about it with my commanders and everything, found out like what I'm allowed to do, what I'm allowed to say, what I'm allowed to show, and so they're aware that I am, going to be doing this, and they're actually encouraging me. Yeah, Canti Pub. Yeah, like Porter Pub, which I think Porter Pub actually has gone bankrupt or shut down or something. Yeah, Cheryl, Dr. Gerdes and Greg Terry are living in an alternative reality right now. Greg more than Gerdes, to be fair. Yeah, and Cheryl, I think, it's interesting, especially with Greg Terry. I've been watching him too, and I think what he's really trying to do is just keep people from falling into total despair. Sorry, but I'm not doing that. I am. The way out is through, and I'm fight. Yeah, and this is another thing. Just like the real Vladimir Putin said, Trump has said he was going to lift all sanctions. Believe him. Believe him when he says that. He said dictator on day one. Believe him when he says that. We should expect, and I mean, I'll happily be wrong, we should expect to start to see dissidents rounded up and prosecuted. And the lifting of sanctions, even here, this is a real problem, because even if there's different peace plans being talked about out there, but Trump has specifically said that he was going to lift sanctions on Russia. He said it many and multiple times. Or at least go light on sanctions. Maybe have them for a short time and then take them away, he said. And I agree, Mitch. It's kind of hard to believe anything Trump says, but when he says something over and over, you got to believe it. You got to believe it. And I think he says so many crazy things that people just... Yeah, Cheryl, that's right. I think that's Greg's intent. Ironically, he's the no rose-colored glasses guy usually. Yeah, right. So honestly, the U.S. lifting sanctions in many ways is as bad or worse than no longer sending support. Yeah, I mean, he also said he would stop the war in 24 hours. That's fair. It's fair, Catherine. But it didn't stop him from trying. I mean, he's already, in one way or another, he's already foisted this peace plan on, or at least floated his stupid peace plan, deploying European troops to buffer zone. If you haven't listened to Ukraine the Latest, they did a kind of an in-depth into the whole thing, So he wants European troops to enforce a buffer zone that he would try to impose over the current front line in Ukraine. So, he's probably not going to be able to implement any of this stuff, or if it's going to be like half-assed. Here's the thing, okay? He was refused a casino license in Australia 30 years ago due to his criminal connections. Yeah. And I mean, to be honest, it's very well documented that a lot of his financial transactions going way back to the 1990s were basically just Russian mafia money laundering, and that's where he got his money. So to think that somehow, as even some Ukrainians have said to me, well, Trump said he would end the war in 24 hours, and maybe it's going to be better than Biden. I'm like, no. So yeah, lifting sanctions is, I mean, because Europe can potentially fill in at least part of the gap. Yeah, you're right, Michelle. Start going all the way back to 1989 is when he started to get, Russian money. So yeah, Elon was, and yeah. So guys, there's going to be a lot of bad things coming. All the criminal cases against him are being dismissed. Even, the all of them. I mean, I think he's potentially being sentenced in New York, but that's it. James, you should check your mic. Your sound keeps getting bad, but always gets better after a few seconds. It's interesting. I wonder, that's something like that is not usually a mic problem. It's usually an internet/computer problem. And usually, is it with the mic? I'm curious. Is it like dragging out my sound like that, or is it chopping? if you could describe it for me, that would be useful, because that will help me define the problem. It could be that it's probably my internet, to be honest. I mean, my internet speed is fine, but it sounds like what you're describing is lag. And Elon is the first lady. Elon is becoming vice president. Yeah. And the other thing about it is, Trump's not going, and I posted about this. Trump's not going to live out his term. Okay, I completely believe that he's going to die of "quote unquote" natural causes. Your house voltage may be dropping, and something isn't liking it. That's exactly what's happening. My house voltage is going all over the place right now. Fuzz mic. What is fuzz mic? KK's GG. It looks like a brand. Oh, maybe I'm not. Stream fuzz mic. Oh, it's chopping. Okay. Yeah. So, damn it, guys. That's a lag problem. It means that, yeah, my house voltage is going all over the place. The world will be run by a 15-year-old billionaire. Yay! No, but that's exactly right. And JD Vance is completely beholden to Peter Thiel. If you don't know, who Peter Thiel is, can anyone please help to describe the sound problem? I'm afraid my English. Yes. Okay. The sound. Okay. If it keeps on happening, I will switch over to my battery. Yeah. So JD Vance is a creature of Peter Thiel. It's very interesting, because Peter Thiel, and it's always been my understanding that Peter Thiel and Elon Musk absolutely hate each other, but maybe they decided to, set that aside, I guess, because they've had a rivalry going all the way back to the PayPal days. They were partners in PayPal. Rumbling chitter. It's like having a cracked loudspeaker. Interesting. Okay. I'm going to adjust my mic a little bit so that I'm not talking directly into it. Tell me if it changes. So yeah, so these guys are, here's the thing. It's the oligarchization. It's the oligarchization of America. Okay. Which is a type of fascism. It sounds like I put plastic wrap over the mic. It's interesting. I wonder if my mic is dying. It's possible. No difference. Okay. Thanks for letting me know. Okay. Yeah, I'm sure it's the power issues. An uneven pot struggling to boil in the other room. So Vance is scarier than Trump in many ways, and the reason he's scarier is that he's younger and he's going to live longer, and I have no doubt that Vance is going to finish out this presidency as president. And I posted I wanted to look up the timeline of the end of the Weimar Republic, or wax paper over a hair comb. That's very interesting. Guys, I'm gonna switch off my mic and go to my laptop mic and just tell me if it's different. just unplug. There we go. Wait a minute. Did I spill coffee on my mic? Can you guys hear it now? Tell me how I sound. Distorting on peaks. Wow. Okay. Maybe it's because I spilled tea on my microphone cable. That's okay. Just now it's better again. Oh, hello, Anna. Yeah, wiggle your USB. Oh, wow. Guess what? Here's something crazy. There's tea inside of my wow, this is something. There's tea in my USB connector. I think that's bad, don't you think? That could have an effect. I think that I'm going to go without a mic. I'll just use my laptop mic. Sorry, guys. Wow. Oh, no, it sounds even worse now? Shit. Shazbot. Okay, guys. I'm going to run upstairs, plug in, move over from my house power to my battery power. I apologize for that. I will be, yeah, I'll be right back. See you guys in a minute. Okay. Yeah, sorry guys. There we go. Oh, man alive. A New York minute or a real one? Yeah, 1 minute silence for the U.S. Exactly, man. Yeah, so no, what happened, Mitch, is I had to switch my internet over, switch my power over. Everything is on battery now. That's what's happening. Give me a second. I'm actually... Now we won't have the beeping either. So there we go. No audio. Really? No audio. Amazing. Okay. Sound seems better so far too. Okay. So hopefully at least I'm on stable power. Quite a thing. Quite a thing. Wow. Well, listen, guys, this is going to be a short stream, specifically because I don't know if you guys know Pasha. He was with the, oh yeah, here we go. He was with the Winged Hussars, and he is doing this really cool live stream to talk about Cherkasy Oblast. So I'd like to just encourage you. Oh, he started 30 minutes ago. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I'd just like to encourage you to jump over to his stream when I'm done here, and the charming Cherkasy region, and it is charming here. So definitely go and check him out. So the audio is good. Everything. Yeah, I knew that. Yeah, once I switched over to battery. In any case, everybody, look. My feeling is that we are here. Okay, so in other words, just to bring it up on screen, this is where we're at. Okay, so this is the history of the end of the Weimar Republic and the transition. I think that we just in America, I think that we had our last free and fair election. I think that the midterms are going to be what they say here, semi-free. So this is when Hitler had a coalition government for a short time period while they made this transition. Hey, Dark Oblation. Yeah. Well, guys, I mean that's the situation. That's to be honest. And what I would say about this is, this is what I feel is that Ukraine has shown us the way. Remember Denethor. Thank you, Cheryl. That's really good of you. Ukraine has shown us the way. Okay? Ukraine was able to successfully get rid of not just one oligarch, but multiple oligarchs. Okay? Starting with Maidan. And they had to have multiple protests and revolutions to get to that point. But Trump is going to die, and Yeah, was this a one free and fair election if you include the open information space? Niche? Yeah, no, I mean, control of the media is the most critical thing. It's not about, you know, stuffing ballot boxes or whatever. It's Fox News. Okay? It's Fox News and it's talk radio. Or podcasts. You know, all these freaking red pill podcasts, you know. And we had this is why I started this. I had to do something to fight against that, you know. So be ready, because there's going to be a fight in America. And it's probably not going to be for a few years. It's, you know, I think that, God, guys, I think that you're headed into, maybe it just has to get worse before it gets better. It could be that we're headed into a decade of fascism in America, you know? Here's the thing. Ukraine will never, ever, ever give up fighting. Even if Zelensky signed Trump's shitty ass peace deal, he would be out on his ear. Oh, thank you, KKSGG. It's also propaganda preached from America's pulpits. Yeah, that's true. That's true. You know, there's going to need to be some kind of a revolution in America. Yeah, the problem is deeper than Trump, CZ says. The problem is so many people with skewed thinking and no moral compass, just like Trump. I mean, Thorben, U.S. must watch that it doesn't end up like Hungary. I think the U.S. is headed right down that path now. And to be honest with you, I think it's been going down that path for at least the last 20 years, especially since 9/11. 9/11, you know, when 9/11 happened, my first thing I said was, America's going to go fascist now. You know, and I didn't mean like right now. I meant it's headed down that path. It doesn't matter if it's Democrat or Republican. Honestly, it's the people themselves. It's the willful ignorance. It's the, you know, anti-intellectualism, whatever you want to call it. And it's a big reason why I wanted to leave and move to Europe. I just got so sick of it. And I'm glad that I'm here now. You know, the Russian dude, I don't know if you guys watch him. I do occasionally. You know, his own family's threatening him from Russia, and, you know, for speaking out against his country. Yeah, the Republican Party is in partnership with Orban. Look, the reason that, you know, I posted. Oh, hey, Rob. The reason that I named this live stream like I did is that to say that Ukraine showed us how to get rid of oligarchs, and it will continue to show us. And I can tell you, you know, I'm speaking to Ukrainians here who are telling me, listen, after this war is done, or whenever, you know, we start to go back to civilian life, things are going to be different. It's not going to be the same. You know, it's not going to be the same. It wasn't me. Says James, we love every bit of information or comment you will be able to release. And thank you very much in the future. But of course, we understand that you won't be able to provide us with much content. I'm probably not going to be able to do live streams. after next week. But ironically, those of you who, yeah, Rob says we were always going to be at this point at some time. Yeah, well, now we're going to learn why. Now we're going to learn why freedom is valuable. Sometimes you have to lose your freedom to learn why it's valuable. Yeah, many just drink many MAGA just drink the BS they are fed. They don't question research. Yeah, so this is this case here, which has been talked about, where there's this small manufacturing company in Pennsylvania. Employees are Trump's voters, and the president of the company told them they weren't going to get their Christmas bonus because of tariffs. People don't even know how tariffs work. Oligarchs, Cheryl, that's interesting. Dylan calls them oligarchs. Yeah. So yeah, and Mitch, it's not just Zelensky, it's the Ukrainian people themselves. Not all of them, of course, but it's in America, it's a lack of participation in government as citizens. Like my sister who voted for Trump, or actually, I don't think she voted. Her husband voted, but who supports Trump. She has. She's one of these people. I don't watch the news. I don't pay attention to any of that. I have no interest in politics. All I know is what my preacher says and my husband says. That's interesting, Rob. Looks like we have a good group on this stream. How do we keep this going when you can't stream as often? I'm going to be making I'm going to be making more shorts and videos. So, post comments on my shorts and on my videos. I'm going to make a lot more I'm going to make more videos like this, where it's just, me talking with no editing. So the point I was about to make, we get through these damn ads. The point I was about to make is that in the Army, in the American Army or any Army, the standard operating procedure is hurry up and wait, So this is just a video that I made when I was in Ukraine, traveling to take some drones out to Sloviansk some months ago. So you're going to see a lot more videos like this, but it's probably going to be me against a blank background. Oh, Rob, thanks for asking. If you happen to be a member of the channel, then if your Discord is connected to your YouTube account, you will automatically be a member of the Discord channel. But I think since I'm kind of coming to the end, my God, I've been doing this for an hour. Wow, you guys aren't bored of me yet? I'm gonna just I will post comments on your shorts if they are of any value. Yeah, for a long time I was experimenting with. Oh, hey, Robert, I see you sent me a friend request. Wow. Thank you, Robert. And Robert, I'm not sure I can check that while I'm on my stream because I'm having so many, but I will send you a message and I will check and let you know. So anyway, the point I'm making here, sorry for being a little bit jumpy all over the place. The thing about the Army is it's all about hurry up and wait. And when I was in the International Legion, I found that I had a lot of time to do nothing. And I actually got a lot of work done, honestly. Here we go. So, Rob, I am posting a link here. This is a link to my Discord. It's called The Last Alliance. And that doesn't work for me. Can't see the other channels. Frag, did you join? It's possible that if you join and you can't see any other channels, let me know. Post in there. Yeah, okay. It doesn't work for me. Can't see it. Okay, so I need to go in and change the settings. This is this is something where I haven't had time to work on my Discord channel, and ironically, I'm expecting that in the Army, I'm actually going to have a lot more time to work on things like that. Thank you. It wasn't me. Please don't be mad at me. It's just nice to hear you laugh, so I try really hard. Yeah, no, I mean, honestly, a lot of my shorts, were a little bit... They're all over the place, let's put it that way, Yeah, so, okay. Yeah, the OPSEC and stuff. Yeah. Oh, it's been that way over a month in the Discord? Okay. Because I saw you in there. Let me see, what is your role on the server? I see you're online. Okay, I'll deal with that. Actually, I'll deal with that after we're... It's been that way over a month. Wow, I'm so sorry, Frag. I think you might have said something about it, and I just lost track of it. Okay, guys, I wanted to talk about a lot of things tonight, but I've gone way too far over, and so I'm going to do a live stream tomorrow, hopefully with better power. I usually have better power during the daytime here, and so I'd like to invite you all to hop on over to Pasha UA, and hopefully he's still streaming. Hopefully he's not done. Tell me he didn't finish and I missed it. Yeah, okay, so he's still streaming. So please go and check him out. Pasha UA, really great. Here, I'll even post the link to it. Oh yeah, Ken? No, it's coming. It's coming to you, I promise. I have, and actually, you actually have, you've got some prizes that you won as well, Ken. So I'm trying to get all this stuff out before I go. And actually, I'm mailing stuff out tomorrow. Finally, I've got 27 envelopes to mail out. So thank you for asking, Ken. Yes, order 1162. I know it well. Let's see here. It's so funny. I just didn't. Anyway, all right. I won't get into it. Thank you all for coming. Sorry about the sound issues. You guys made me feel better, for what it's worth. So that's a good thing. If you want to help me out with my back, please, there's the deal. You will notice that I no longer have on my website a bunch of like souvenir type stuff that you can buy. And the reason for that is I won't be able to process orders for like about 2 months, at least, maybe 3. And even then, after that, I don't know. So anyway, thank you very much, guys. I'll see you all tomorrow, hopefully. And Slava Ukraine.